Sir Tinni, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, Jakes. Welcome. Thank you for bringing me here. Kumusta kayo dyan?
Okay naman. What can I say? I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man kasi I'm so excited for the show.
Yeah. The last time we met was, last year ba yun?
Oh, that was,
this year.
yeah, that was last year. Oh, last year. We had coffee in SM Cebu.
Yeah,
And we talked about, ang dami natin na pag-usapan noon, pero actually, ang dami ko pang gusto itanong. So, I'm really very excited that we have this opportunity now to talk about not just Estokada de Campo, but the history of Filipino martial arts. Actually, I'm very much interested. Siguro we can start. I know.
Just,
yung ano ba? You have a book You have a book.
Yeah, I have a book.
I googled you and I saw your book. Ano siya The Myth, di ba? Myth of
Cebuano Eskrima Beyond the Myth.
Cebuano Eskrima Beyond the Myth.
Yung co-author ko si Dr. Ned Ditangge, passed away 2 years ago. Orthopedic.
Okay.
So he was
Eskrimador din.
Eskrimador din. He has a good background in Eskrima and orthopedic surgery. So magaling. Pero hindi siya practice talaga. So he was focused more on the research of the real history of Eskrima. So,
actually, yun nga yun ang gusto ko itanong siguro we can start by me asking, ano ba ibig sabihin ng Eskrima?
Yeah. Fire away.
What does that mean, Sir Tinni? Ang Eskrima, ano ibig sabihin ng Eskrima?
Eskrima is derived from the Spanish word Eskrima. Eskrima is Spanish word talaga, meaning fencing. Eskrima. So, yun ang root word ng the martial arts Eskrima. It's popular in Cebu. The term is popular in Cebu, while in Luzon, Metro Manila, arnis is the most popular term in Luzon. However, pwede rin namin ginagamit din namin ang term ng arnis in Cebu. Club. So,
okay.
It's derived name.
So, Eskrima is in the Visayas, arnis is in Luzon. Pero
Luzon, popular in Luzon. Yeah.
Pero are they both the same?
They are one and the same art.
And the same art. Pero kung one and the same sila, saan sila nanggaling?
Actually, many would like to theorize that we had this 2,000-year-old Filipino martial art named Kali. That's the most popular term in the US, Kali. But when Ned came to visit me in Mindanao almost 20 years ago, he posed me that question: do you really believe in that Kali theory by popular martial arts guru in the US, si Dan Inosanto? No offense to Guru Dan, was the inheritor of Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do. It was Dan Inosanto's book, The Filipino Martial Arts, that presented Kali as the mother of Eskrima and arnis. So Ned did his own research and he challenged me, because back then, while I was in Ozamis studying Eskrima under Eric Olavides, I used to believe that the history presented by Dan Inosanto in his book, the Filipino Martial Arts. So, who am I to question Dan Inosanto? Idol natin siya Idol natin Bruce Lee, di ba? We grew up in the 70s idolizing Bruce Lee and Dan Inosanto. So,
kasi magkasabayan yan di ba?
So, Gigs.
Yes. Gigs. No, I'm here. It's okay.
Okay. So when Dr. Ned Ditangge challenged me that if the veracity of the word Kali, so I went around Mindanao, because according to Dan Inosanto's book, Kali originated in Mindanao.
Mhm.
So, nakataon, my then when I was in Zamis was yung Zamboanga del Sur, my part Lanao. So, talagang I was in the heartland of the Moro, region in Mindanao. So I went around. I was asking, lumuruta ako. I went as far as Dumingag, the blacksmithing center of the area sa Zamboanga del Sur. So, if I want to look for the original Kali man, as theorized by Daniel Santo, the blacksmithing community would
Sir Tinni, medyo naputol
they make the sortie. So I went to Dumingag and asked,
Hello, Sir Tinni, medyo naputol sa part na yun Pwede ba tayo mag-backtrack? Hello, Sir Tinni. Putol yata. Naputol si Sir Tinni. So lalabas muna tayo sa studio. Sayang, ganda na kwentuhan. Tapos, hello, Sir Tinni.
so I continue where I left off.
Oo,
So,
nawala, naputol
Dumingag.
Tuloy natin. You were there in the blacksmith area in Zamboanga.
So I asked the Moro blacksmith if they know the word Kali. Masamang tingin lang sa akin, what are you talking about? So, in short, wala akong nakita doon. So I went as far as Margo sa Tubig. I was working with Jojo Cardenas. I went around Margo sa Tubig. Nakatakot pa naman because one of the dealers told me there, "You're the first supervisor who came to this area." Oh, really? You know what? One of our dealers just been kidnapped last month. Oh, shit. So, Joe, bilis tayo, Joe, bilis. So, still, I was trying to look for the blacksmiths there, ask around. I went to Lanao, none. Then, after my retirement with Nestle, I had the opportunity to visit Zamboanga. I visited the shop of this famous trader who is wala, there's no Kali. So,
Wala talaga.
Wala talaga. So, Ned told me that if ever it's authentic na there's such a thing as a 2,000-year-old martial arts, why are most of the terminologies in Eskrima armies are Spanish terms? Like abanico, sombrada is...
Correct. So that means 400
means-
years old pa lang.
Still 400 years old martial arts.
Oo, di ba?
So I went deeper. Ned was the one who presented the idea that it's a Spanish martial art. It came from Eskrima. How was it transferred to the natives? That was my role in the book, writing the book. So there must be some incidents way back in history that gave the opportunity for the natives to learn fencing. So I look into the library because at that time you cannot rely on Wikipedia. There was no Wikipedia yet at that time. I did my research 2001, 2000, as early as 2000. I was still in Zamis that when I was finally relocated to Cebu in 2001 as supervisor for Cebu. That's when I was had the opportunity to look around Cebu City and found myself in the libraries, in the Cebuano study centers, in my old University of San Carlos. Then I found out that the transfer of the skills of Eskrima came from the Spanish priest. It came from the Spanish priest who taught the natives the art of fencing to defend the coastal villages against Moro pirate raids. It's dated back.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So I have to look for now. I have documents. And I have to look for physical document. Like, where can I find physical evidence that Eskrima was really fought here by the natives? So, dali lang, no brainer. I went around to the south.
Oo.
Look at the baluarte from Bantayan. If you look at the Bantayan ng Hari, that's,
Bantayan Island.
Bantayan Island and all over the stretch of southern Cebu up to Mandaue. Even the new bridge in Lapu-Lapu City down on the Mandaue side, you see there a watchtower. We call that the Bantayan sa Hari. So those were built to defend against Moro pirate raids. Now, simple common sense lang, hindi naman ako historian eh. Hindi na-achiever nga ako sa eskwela. Agi kating classes no sine. Simple lang, common sense lang talaga. What if, how did the natives defend? I doubted that the natives would just hunker down in their fort without fighting back. Di ba? They support, they must have a way to fight back. So I found out that the priests were the ones who trained the natives. It's duly documented. One of the priests in Cebu is Father Julian Bermejo. He was also the one who built the fort, the stretch 96 kilometers down to South Santander, Uslob. If you go to Uslob, forget the whale watching. Go to the ruins in Uslob. You'll find there the monument of Father Julian Bermejo. He was very well loved by the natives because he was a warrior priest. He trained the priest everything about combat, fencing, defense, the coastline. He earned the moniker El Parruco Capitan. So I researched further and I found out there were so many priests involved in the training of the natives. One was Angel Maestro, a Spanish priest who trained the Cebuano, actually he's from Negros, si Leon Kilak.
Mga anong taon ito, Sir Tinni? Which year ito? Mga, was it at the first?
Mid-1800s.
Mid-1800s.
Father Julian Bermejo. Pero earlier than that, the Spanish priests were already engaged in the training of Filipino natives. As early as the first documented training by the natives was in 1635. There was an expeditionary force consisting of 1,000 Cebuanos and Boholanos. They were trained by Father Ibanez. I don't know what his ethnicity is, but that was during the administration of Governor General Sebastian Hurtado de Corcuera. Corcuera was, of all the governor generals who were assigned in the Philippines, was the most successful in pacifying Hulu and clearing the seas from Moro pirates because he was a military genius. He was Basque in origin, from the northern Basque regions of Spain. So Corcuera himself took part in the battles of Lamitan, in Basilan, in Hulu, along with the Spanish priests. In fact, during the expedition in 1635, with the Cebuano natives and the Boholanos, Father Ibanez died in battle in Lamitan. He was killed in action. And those 1,000 Cebuanos, simply, they have to talk the language of the Spanish language. So they were taught Creole Spanish. So that's how the Bacano language, came to Zamboanga. It was brought there by the Cebuanos.
Okay.
Pidgin Spanish, Chabacano.
So yun ang history nun. Oo.
Yun. So
it was because of the Cebuanos who fought in that area.
In Zamboanga. Cebuanos and Boholanos. But the Boholanos were more experienced in raiding because long before the Spaniards came, before Magellan landed in the Philippines, the Boholanos were already raiding. No, not just the Boholanos, the Cebuanos were already raiding as far as the Moluccas in Indonesia and China. Mabot China yung tratado pintado sa akin.
Pero what's with the Boholanos? Bakit sila parang adventurous more than the Cebuanos na sila mismo talaga yung nakakarating sa ganong kalayong lugar during that time? Ano ba sila? Pirates ba sila?
Because Bohol. Yeah, I've been assigned in Bohol, but my first assignment next day was in Bohol as district salesman. Bohol is a very arid land. They have very little forest cover, and very, agricultural land is not as big as what you have in Mindanao.
Oh,
In the other areas
okay.
in the country, or Samar Leyte or Negros or Panay, very arid land, just like Cebu. So they resorted to fishing, that's fishing.
Okay, so it's just because
Already.
of the need to
Yeah.
survive.
The need to survive. The Cebuano Pintados, Cebuano Bohol were just one ethnic group back then. There was no such thing as Boholano. Bolanos and Cebuanos were one and the same back then. They were the Pintados, the tattooed warriors. It was a badge of honor for them. Every kill, they get an inscription, a tattoo here. That's their reward. That's their award. It's their badge.
So the Pintados are warriors.
The Cebuanos, yeah, they were warriors. The only similar warrior class I could think of were the Vikings. They were the Vikings in Asia back then at that time. So, Samar and Bicol. That's how the Waray language evolved. They were reading as far as Samar and Bicol. They intermarried with the locals there. That's how the Waray dialect originated.
So the Waray dialect is originated from Bohol. Tama ba?
Bohol and Cebu.
Bohol and Cebu.
Bohol and Cebu.
Interesting kasi Waray ako eh. My roots are from Calbayog City.
Maupay.
Maupay, maar, di ba? Maar. Parang pareho lang pero mas maar. Marasa.
Marasa. Malidong. Madakmo.
Ganun, although hindi ako masyado marunong
So yung Waray is hodgepodge of, some Tagalog. If you notice, Waray may conjugation sila like yung Tagalog, di ba?
Oo.
May conjugated yung words.
Correct.
Also, the Ilonggos were also raiders. They were called the Mangayaw. They're also fierce warriors because the Ilonggo region, the entire Central Visayas region, including Panay, were constant raiding grounds of the Moro pirates. It also the Iranons. Yeah. So the raiding season starts from July at the onset of the southwest monsoon, where the winds are.
Sir Tinni, etong mga Moro raiders, saan naman ito nanggaling? Iba na to, hindi na ito yung galing Cebu tsaka Bohol, di ba? These are from Mindanao na, right? O yun pa rin?
Mindanao. Actually, the Tausog.
Tausog,
the different breed of Moro. Iba ang Iranon. They were boat makers. There's two kinds of raiders, the Tausog and the Iranon. However, the Tausogs, the Cebuanos and the Butuanos, they share this 73% the same pedigree. Pare-pareho na lahi eh. That's why there are a lot of words we can understand from the Tausog language, the Cebuanos, because they had the same pedigree. So according to the book of Greg Gontiveros, Butuan of 1,000 years, Raha Humabon was a cousin of the king of Butuan. Was a cousin, more like a first cousin of the king of Butuan. And one of the brothers of the king of Butuan moved away to Holo and established his own kingdom because he didn't want to quarrel with his brother. So around that time, before the Spaniards came, there were already three major kingdoms. One in Cebu by Humabon, one in Butuan, and one in Sulu by the brother of the king of Butuan.
Cebu, Butuan, and Sulu.
So, yung lahi, they're very related. Pareho ng pedigree na. That's why,
okay. Correct. These are all from warrior class. In other words,
warrior class. I think they come from the same region in Borneo. May Bisaya, there's a Bisaya region in Borneo.
Oh, okay.
Borneo.
Interesting.
galing sa Lapu-Lapu sila.
Oo.
So if you ask why do the Visayas dominate the Filipino martial arts?
Oh, correct.
Edgar Soliti's book, The Secrets of Agnes Kali and Eskrima, I checked on the background of all the instructors listed. 98% were Cebuano, Visaya. So some Ilonggo, Ilonggo and Cebuano practically they dominate. People.
Correct.
There are a lot of good Eskrima in Negros and Iloilo. There are a lot of good Escrimador there. I know a lot of good people there. They're very highly skilled and yeah.
Ito Can you see itong sinishare ko? This is your book, oh.
Yeah,
Kaya i-full screen ko para makita nila, no? So, ito yung this is the book, right? Cebuano Eskrima Beyond the Myth. Ned, hindi ko mabasa.
Dr. Ned
Pangge. Oh, he's a doctor. And Celestino si Macachor. Yeah, this is the book. If they're interested, if people are interested to buy this, this is available in Amazon, right? Ito, Amazon.
Amazon. It's available
Actually,
in Amazon.
There are a lot there are a lot of Filipino martial arts books actually available siya eh. I think ito pa iba, Kalis, Illustrissimo, may mga iba pa dito. I don't know lang kung how credible yung iba. But I'll share another screen. I'll share another screen, may papakita ako sa'yo. Okay. I think here it is. Yan. Okay. So here, tingnan mo. It's the same thing pala itong inno ko. I-share ko. Let me try again. So ito, if I let's say share this, ayun. Okay. So you have this Kalis Illustrissimo. You have Filipino Fighting Arts Theory and Practice. Mark Wiley. There are some foreigners that probably studied Filipino martial arts and wrote books, ano?
Mark Wiley used to reference as well. Ned and I were still writing some articles for the now defunct Rapid Journal magazine. That was published by Danigo, but it's closed down already. He used to reference more materials Mark Wiley. I haven't read that book, The Filipino Martial Arts, but I was able to scan the copy given to me by Ned. It's a good book, but there are a lot of things there that need to be corrected from the point of view of historical correctness.
Interesting. Ayun, meron pa siya isa eh.
Yung Illustrissimo, kilala ko yan. Ibigan ko yung nasa cover, si Yuli Romo yan, taga Cebu
yan. This one?
Taga Kamutis yan. And then, magaling din yan. It's good. Yung isa, I don't know, the red cover and the one beside it, masyadong ang title niya.
Kailan mo sinulat to, sir? Itong Cebuano Eskrima. When did you write this?
We started writing the manuscript right when I was moved to Cebu in 2001, August 2000. It was published in 2007. It was 5 years in the making. Tagal din.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I took a 1-year layoff. We did not do anything. We just tried to reflect if we do right. Ang daming haters na yan. Once this book comes out, it's going to turn the FMA world in the US upside down. It's going to shatter a lot of the myths and legend behind this. Actually, it's a no-brainer.
Correct eh. Kasi unang-una yung sinasabi mo kanina na ang Filipino martial arts apparently nagsimula lang siya nung panahon ng mga Kastila. So
Yeah.
it debunks the myth na this has been a 2,000-year-old fighting art.
No. Oh, yeah. But I want to make this clear, even if we don't have a systematic martial art, something that's institutionalized, codified with ranking system, model of the Japanese and
Pakita ko uli
famous Balangiga shorts. What happened here was probably the darkest episode in the history of the Filipino revolt against the Americans. Company of Filipino
Ayan we can talk about it while it's showing. Okay lang.
Here. So bloody that 46 of the American troops were killed here by rebels with armed with only moros.
Mas maririnig pa rin ang boses natin. Pero ito ibig sabihin
killing more than 1,000.
This is a historical documentary.
And civilians including, and they burned practically all of summer. The tolling of the bells by the rebels signaled the assault on the American troops here, killing all 46 soldiers. And to humiliate the Filipinos after the retaliation, the Americans took down the bells and brought it to the U.S. as a war trophy. Now it's back on sacred grounds, and we are very proud of the closure of that unfortunate incident in our history.
Ano siya, yung video na yan, what was that project about? Why did you do it?
I was invited by the organizer of the Russian House, Alexander Pisarkin. It was part of his, I don't know, it was part of his, just a segment, one segment of his documentary that, I forgot the title. Let me refresh my memory. The King's Blade.
Oh, King's Blade, correct. Oh, King's Blade nga
So he inserted that video clip. So Alexander tried to ask me if there was Filipino martial arts involved in the killing of I think more than 40 plus American soldiers in Balangiga Church. I told them it was quite frustrating for them. They were expecting that I'd give them an affirmative answer. There was Filipino martial arts, used in that battle.
The Balangiga massacre.
Balangiga.
Yeah, this is in summer. Is this the incident wherein the Warais wore women's clothes and they went inside?
Yeah, they were disguised as women.
That's what they did, diba?
Oh.
And then they had their swords inside their clothing, right?
Inside the church, while the American soldiers were resting.
Correct.
They had their lunch break.
Yeah.
So I told Alexander that no, I don't want to make that assumption because we don't have empirical data to show. We can only assume that those guys know Filipino martial arts. But when I look at the list of those who took part in the massacre, I noticed a lot of Cebuano family names, Enriquez, Abing, Untejo, Castro.
Correct.
Castro nga. So I told Alexander, I don't want to. I want to be safe, unless I have someone who can document. I was able to document that this guys really studied Eskrima or Filipino. It's only just an assumption. It's a safe assumption, but I don't want to make that declaration that it's Filipino martial arts there.
Sir Tinni, let's talk about Estokada de Campo. How did you came about propagating Estokada de Campo and being the proponent of this style, if you can call it a style?
Actually, it's just a cognate, a branch out from the original De Campo 1, 2, 3 or Orihinal, which came from Jose Caballero. It was founded in 1926. The original name was De Campo 1, 2, 3 Orihinal. So when I went to Osamis, I was assigned in Osamis City. Mahirap in Osamis because it's the capital, is the underworld capital of Mindanao. Ratong, Bauliling, they're everywhere out there. So during my 5 years in Osamis, that was that was the 5 year stint. I forgot how to play the guitar. Hindi ko nahawakan gitara ko, baril na yung hinahawakan ko. Kasi it was a very dangerous place. So yun, I returned to practical shooting. So I went back to the range, did some shots. I also did gunsmithing. I smithed my own 1911 45.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so may gap in my martial arts training because ang background ko kasi since childhood, boxing.
Yeah, I know. You told me about that.
I had a brown belt and shield in Rio and YMCA. Then I trained formally with Jojo Fajardo in 1974 in boxing. Jojo was one of the best amateur. He was a Philippine amateur champion and he was a gold medalist in the Tiran Asian Games. He was my boxing coach. Pero may gap kasi because what if I carry a gun, I get disarmed. How can I recover my weapon? Like weapon retention is a problem for me. Then I learned that a lot of the stuff in the Filipino martial arts, consist of handgun retention and disarming, stuff like that, arrest and seizures. So I bumped into Olavides while fixing the gun. Hello.
So I'll bring him out of the studio again. Hello, Sir Tinni. Welcome back.
I'm back. So in some ways, I was looking for a good Eskrima mentor. So I bumped into Manong Eric Olavides. Reno introduced me to him after I fixed Reno's pistol. So that was it. I was
okay.
under his tutelage for almost 3 years between 1999 and 2001. So when I moved to Cebu in August, Manong Eric was ahead of me, relocating to Santa Rosa in Laguna to be with his children and his grandchildren. So I followed after he was relocated to Santa Rosa. So I lost contact with him for almost a year. And so that's when I started working on the book with Dr. Ned Bipangi. Basically, yung the company Manong Eric Olavides is long range, largo mano.
Long range.
Long range. We're one of you specialized in long range Eskrima. Although Manong Eric also knows a lot of the close partners from Fernando Candawan, Joseph Pares. They learned a lot of Joseph Pares from Candawan. The founder of the Campo, Manong si Caballero, was the vaunted Vigo Polo champion.
Hello, sir. Naputol. Iyan ako muna. Okay lang, may i-share muna ako na vid from your page. Okay lang ba? Para
no problem.
Para ma-visualize what Estokada de Campo is. Pinakamaganda makita nila may nag-ensayo eh. Alam mo yung galing sa kay Alexander Pisarki na video? Is that a good video to show kung what Estokada de Campo is all about? Okay ba yon? Ang dami mo kasi ditong video, ang ganda ipakita. Sana ba yun? Let's look for it. Discussion, but it's not here. I thought it was here, but it's not here. Alam ko na. It's not the group. It's the page. Here it is. Okay. Ito siya. Dito natin para mas masaya. So I'll show this vid so you have a better understanding of what Estokada de Campo is all about. Yeah. All right. Let's show some more. Estokada de Campo. Let's show some more videos. Hello, Sir Tinni. I just showed the video. I don't know kung nakita mo. Was that a good a representation of Estokada de Campo?
Yung sa Russian House video.
Yung sa
Video, even.
I'll show it again. Ganda kasi siya ipakita
Okay.
Saka maganda if you can comment if it's a good representation of ito.
Yun.
Do you think this is a good representation of Estokada de Campo?
Yeah. During the Russian House to promote there's promotion of Estokada de Campo and the Russian House. My participation. That was the 2019 Russian House. Yung featured si Alexander Pisarkin. Yung matangkad siya. She's one of my new instructors. She's from Russia.
Oh, okay. Ito si Alex Ormaza, di ba?
Hindi, si Felix Cortez yan. Felix
Cortez. Okay.
Ayun, naka-black. Yung isa, yung matangkad, si Alexander Pisarkin.
Okay.
He's now one of my coach and one of my instructors in Russia. Trained with me for 3 months. From November until February.
Ang bilis,
2008.
Mabilis matuto, no?
Yeah. They're very good. They're advanced level guys. They're instructors of other.
Martial artist na ba sila to? Martial artist na ba sila to begin with, sir? Kasi mahirap naman matuto kagad kung wala kang background. May martial art na ba sila when they studied Estokada de Campo?
Oo. There is si Alexander Pisarkin is already an instructor of Balintawak, Grandmaster Bobby Tabuadas, Balintawak Eskrima, and marami. Filipino System FCS Martial Arts by Grandmaster Ray Leonardo. Also, he's also instructor of GM Rene Tongson sa Banico Tres Puntas. So, pang-apat na system na yata sa akin. For the fifth system, he got his instructorship in.
So talagang interesado itong mga to, no? Talagang
interesado talaga sila because when they go back, yun si Alexander Pisarkin is like the Danilo Santo of the US. He's the Danilo Santo of Russia. Danilo Santo is maraming sistema yun eh. He's the repository of the Filipino Martial Arts in the US. Would you believe si Daniel Santo meron din siyang De Campo from Edgar Solete? He completed Yes, the entire course of the Campo 1, 2, 3 or Orihinal the late Edgar Solete. O Lamiko Eskrima. So yun.
I'll show you another vid, Sir Tinni. Can you walk us through this vid na ipapakita ko? This is a video of you training another student.
Yeah.
Para ma-appreciate natin yung technique. Siyempre, hindi naman mahirap maintindihan talaga if we're just looking at a video, pero at least that will be helpful. So I'll take a look at it.
Yeah. I will explain later my methodology, my training methodology, how is it different.
Oo.
Because it's not that visually attractive kasi.
Ayun, no?
Yeah.
Kasi pinapanood ko to kanina eh. May distinct, may ibang strike siya eh. Ito, I'll play it.
He's one of my very first foreign instructors. He trained with me in 2017. Si Dojos Chiric. He's also big in Romania. He's one of the biggest in Romania. Yun, Dojos yun. Yung technique is called the kadlit and the dubli gulpe.
Kanina may pinapanood ako, ikaw mismo yung nag-strike, hindi ko lang mahanap. Pero if I can find that, ang ganda nun eh. Kasi iba yung iba yung level ng pagpalo mo kumpara dito eh. At saka iba yung speed mo eh.
Ibang speed talaga, ibang execution yan. Maraming hindi magkakuha niyan eh because it's actually 4 strikes in a row. Kadlit, dubli gulpe. So it requires fast twitch muscles talaga. It requires fast twitch muscles.
I noticed eh. I just cannot find that video. Gusto ko sanang pag-usapan natin yung vid na yun but I just can't find it. Pero ang ganda ng palo mo dun eh.
Nasa De Campo group page ko yata yun. Estokada de Campo page. Nandun yun.
Teka, titingnan ko dito You have this group eh. Ito. Popping cherries.
Ayun, popping cherries yun.
I wanna show popping cherries.
Very strict with hitting accuracy kasi.
So what is popping cherries? Is this a training method?
Kalokohan ko lang yun. Target practice ko lang yun.
Just for fun. Just for fun, I'll show it.
Meron isa dyan, si Kurt Gooding. Ninawakan niya, lollipop, tinira ko ang lollipop sa kamay niya. I won't do that again, baka masigaw siya.
Ito.
Ayun yung kadlit dubli gulpe yata. Yung kadlit and dubli gulpe. Yeah, yun.
Ayun, iba yung mo eh. Iba yung palo mo dun sa palo nung estudyante mo kanina, Sir Tinni.
Yun. Yung kay Dojos Chiric.
Ayan, iba yung speed, iba yung sway, at saka iba yung pitik eh.
Reactive kasi yung target is not static. So you have to really be very accurate in your strikes.
Ganda.
Kasi ang away naman, kumikilos naman yung kaway mo.
Correct. Ay.
Parang estatwa yun.
Pero ang ganda panoorin eh. So what's ang na-pick up ko na malinaw, long range fighting siya.
Long range fighting, because in essence kasi, you carry a stick because you don't want to fight those range, diba?
Kaya nga.
Stupid. You carry a stick and you want to go close range. Boxing na lang tayo.
Exactly.
Diba? Because you lose centrifugal force eh. Why do you go through? You're fighting a stick. You want to maintain your handsome feature. So why go all out? Go parang corrida parang boxing na slugger.
Oo nga.
So yun, parang tatingin ko. But most of the most of the FMA nowadays are close quarters, they're close range. And I just tell you about it in private. Kasi marami
Sige,
yung
sige.
magagaling na sa akin. I have to be very frank and honest.
Then, tsaka mahirap kasi Sir Tinni, ang natutunan ko sa martial arts community is it's very territorial. And when you're territorial, you're very sensitive.
Yeah. What do you mean territorial?
Territorial, yung ibang ano ba, they don't want to be they want to keep to themselves. And normally they don't want to be criticized. Parang gano'n. Di ba?
As much as possible, I want to, to steer clear of that.
No, wala. Well, I think that's been a great 50-minute episode. I enjoyed the episode, but I hope I can say my proper thank you to Mr. Celestino Macachor, who's been my friend for over 20 years. So hopefully he can reconnect. He can do that. So siguro let's wait a while. Okay. Episode 0208-2020 with Mr. Celestino Macachor. Yep. Thank you very much, sir. Ulitin natin to. Okay, time to close the show.